today. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 10 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Dallas Cowboys taking on the New York Giants.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at 8. Get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. This one fielded at the 5, and he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Back to throw again. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Well, just an excellent play there by the defense to not only pick it but take it back, because Charles looked like they were in a groove passing the football, several completions until that mistake.
They certainly did appear to be locked in, and with how this offense was moving along, I know we certainly didn't expect to see a pick to end this series. Whatever the cause was, maybe they tipped one of those scripted plays, maybe the defender just made a great read. It has certainly quickly changed the tone of this one.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now a 7-0 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 6. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They are, for the moment, the best team in football, 9-0 entering play here. And, Charles, I don't know if up a lot of eyes around the NFL.
Well, what we've seen from them so far this season, you can't stop them on offense. You can't score on them on defense. So to me, if you're going to play against them, you have to bring your best game and hope they throw a clunker in that day to give yourself a chance.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Left side to Lamb. On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
CeeDee Lamb.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Cowboys are an extra point away from evening this one up.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by their quarterback, a product of NC State. It's Jacoby Brissett.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
In a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick 6, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
The point after is good, and that makes the score 14-7. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Brissett now on second down. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They go play action with Brissett. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Micah Parsons in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint, as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So here are the Cowboys to take over. They are working on that very impressive 9-game win streak, looking to get it to 10 as they've got the lead here, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
Yeah, and you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Hands it off out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
Not a blitz, but the guy who's normally the last line of defense recognizes he had a chance to get to the quarterback, and that's exactly what he did.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And they're going to get this up to midfield. All right, Charles, we've spoken about this offense plenty, how great they've been all year. 9-0 now, into the back half of the season. Super Bowl favorites, without a doubt. I think everyone agrees on that. What do you think is the thing that most stands between them and a perfect season?
I think it's themselves. I think it's their team, how they approach things, how they conduct themselves during the week, practicing, getting ready, and then going out and playing. Can't take your foot off the gas pedal at this stage. Doesn't matter if it's a weak team you're playing or not. Look, when I talk with one of the best golfers of all time, he told me he never played against the field. He just played against himself and his own standard.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
And New York set to take the field. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down. To throw, Brissett. And incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A first down carry for Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throwing, Brissett.
Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
3rd and short yardage, Brissett. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 34-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Brissett. And his throw's going to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Giants are in a mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But when you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough they couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Dallas offense set for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the plague did on the last one.
Pretty entertaining start. 14-all the score on EA Sports.
5 yards remain on second down. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
Quality coverage that time. The slowdown has been the main source of offense against them thus far. Got to find a way to slow down that ball in the air.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd down and 12. Pass to Lazard, bringing it in on the crossing route. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Keeps himself upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25. Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they take a 17-14 lead. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. but there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Brissett's throw taken in by Slayton. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Brissett now. He finds his man complete. It's Harrison. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 41-yard line. Again, it's Brissett. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. DeMarcus Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's Brissett. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Jamie Gillen now on to punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Azeez Ojulari. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. He'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And following the turnover, they'll look to take the lead here as they start with a 1st and goal. Play fake, Brissett. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet? Trip so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. It's Barkley on the counter, and he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Brissett trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6, and I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just want to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now out come the Giants. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Throw on the right side, complete to Harrison. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down. To throw is Brissett. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Brissett. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me, that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Got a man. That's Lazard. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 in the Dallas 1st down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Here's 2nd and 8. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Everything's going right here in this first half, and they've got a good lead, and part of that can be attributed to their success on third downs. This is another conversion here, and they can look to really open things up now with this 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Touchdown! Michael Gallup, a 5-yard touchdown. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
On 1st down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Back to throw. He'll get this to Lazard. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Lazard's got it again. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Second and 5. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute. Number 10. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the second quarter. Richie James, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Jamison Williams, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Patrick Mahomes, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Brissett. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harrison. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Up the middle with Barkley. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Brissett. And finding the tight end Hooper. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch,
and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to Lazard. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
I'll I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, if this defense has any hopes of getting back into this game, they've got to start right here and keep these guys out of the end zone. That's a good step 1 on that play.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And they'll run again. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have opened the lead up to 30. A familiar refrain, a turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, partner, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening it up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Here's a give to Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll set up a throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he will have a Cowboys first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down. And those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the fourth quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field? When Leonard Williams was picked in the 2015 NFL Draft, I compared him to Merlin Olsen, and I got a lot of grief about it. Did you just see that play there? Did you see how he made that move and made that tackle? That was Merlin Olsen-esque there.
I just perked up when you said Merlin Olsen.
Yeah, a lot of people said, hey, that's too much, too far, and maybe it is early, but I think this guy has a chance of fulfilling that.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. Touchdown, Cowboys! Dalton Schultz, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. They took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
No problem there on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Another drive coming up for New York's offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, still in the third quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From the gun, here's Brissett. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. There's Robinson showing the flash. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Brissett to throw on first. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. They'll throw again. Brissett. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. This offense so far on third down, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 2. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defensive side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. You're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
A handoff to Barkley, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, Brissett. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. In search of 8 yards on third down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 63 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They go to Elliott again. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Elliott running right. And not much running room. Down to the 32. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. They'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A give to Elliott. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses, they stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. On 1st and 10, Brissett. He finds his man, complete. It's Harrison. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last, and make it a successful one in some small way.
And now they're in the hurry-up. Brissett again. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Micah Parsons in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Dallas, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Chicago Bears next week. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it was a game they really needed as they drop back to 4-6. And they'll get a home date next week against the Minnesota Vikings. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Next up, the Cleveland Browns are on the clock. The Jaguars are on the clock now. The Jaguars are on the clock. On the clock now, the Houston Texans. The Crusaders are now on the clock. With the next pick, the Kansas City Chiefs are now on the clock. It's the Cowboys now on the clock. The Seattle Seahawks are now on the clock. The Baltimore Ravens are on the clock now. It's the Bills now on the clock. The Miami Dolphins now on the clock. It's the Philadelphia Eagles now on the clock. The Panthers are on the clock. On the clock now, the Dallas Cowboys. The Cleveland Browns are now on the clock. On the clock now, the Jacksonville Jaguars. On the clock now, the Houston Texans. The Crusaders are now on the clock. The Colts now on the clock. On the clock now, the Baltimore Ravens. The Buffalo Bills are now on the clock. With the next pick, the Miami Dolphins are on the clock. Next up, the Titans are on the clock. The New York Jets. Up next, the Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock. It's the Carolina Panthers now on the clock. It's the Dallas Cowboys now on the clock. With the next selection, the Browns are on the clock. The Atlanta Falcons are now on the clock. With the next pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. Now on the clock, the Texans. The Crusaders are now on the clock. It's now the Vikings' turn. On the clock. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are on the clock. On the clock now, the Detroit Lions. With the next selection, the Ravens are on the clock. Next up, it's the Dolphins on the clock. It's the Tennessee Titans now on the clock. The Philadelphia Eagles on the clock now. The Carolina Panthers now on the clock. It's the New England Patriots now on the clock. The Dallas Cowboys are now on the clock. It's the Cleveland Browns now on the clock. The Jaguars are on the clock now. The Jaguars are on the clock. The Houston Texans are now on the clock. The Crusaders are now on the clock. The Indianapolis Colts are now on the clock. Next up, the Jets are on the clock. The Baltimore Ravens now on the clock. it's the Buffalo Bills now on the clock. On the clock now, it's the Miami Dolphins. On the clock now, it's the Tennessee Titans. The New York Jets on the clock now.